Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So since it's almost the month of August, I thought it would be nice to show you my bullet journal setup for the new month. I usually use the Muji gel ink ballpoint pen in black, and the one I use is 0.38 millimeters. It's my favorite to use for bullet journaling, but it recently ran out of ink, so this time I used another gel ink pen that I had at home from the brand Stabilo, and you'll see later that it's not the best for journaling because the ink bleeds through the paper and you can see it on the other side of the page. So I can't wait to get another Muji pen. I'm not a big fan of making really fancy bullet journal setups. Even though I think they look really nice, I prefer having more minimal layouts, and I think it's less distracting and it saves you a lot of time as well. My monthly layouts usually look the same every month because I feel like this format works really well for me. I decided to create this little box right here to write down my goals and important dates so I see it right away when I open this page. favorite ways to use my bullet journal is to track my goals. So in the beginning of July, since that marks the first half of the year, I wrote down my goals for the rest of 2020. And I think it's really interesting to compare them with the New Year's resolutions that I wrote down in the beginning of the year and see what has changed and if I maybe reached some of those goals already, or maybe if I want to replace them with other goals that I have in mind. 2020 was definitely a strange year, so I think it's worth it to put some time aside and reflect on that. So as you can see here, I'm creating different categories like personal, education, finances, and creativity. Then I take a piece of paper, write down my goals, or maybe use the same goals that I already had. And then what I do is I split them up into 3-month goals. So I did this in July, but I'm showing you this for the sake of this video. This makes them seem more attainable and it's easier to keep track of them since it's over a shorter period of time. This way you only focus on the next 3 months and it's not as overwhelming as having a full list of things that you want to reach in a year. Once I finish that, I write down the things that I need to do specifically in the month of August to get closer to achieving my 3-month goals. So, for example, if one of my goals was to get a job, I would write down in my August goals that I want to update my CV or other things that will get me closer to it. This way you're making sure that you're really taking action towards your goals and actually doing something each month or each week that will get you closer to it. Another thing that I like to put in my monthly setup is to write down all my expenses. And I don't do this every month because some days I forget to write down all my expenses and then it's not really accurate. But I haven't done this in a while, so I thought I would do this and see if it's something that I will maintain. I'm not a big fan of including other kinds of trackers in here, like habit trackers, because I always end up forgetting to log my habits or whatever I'm tracking every single day, so it doesn't really make sense to include them for me. But here are some ideas for habit trackers in case you want to include that. So just like I did with my goals, I split up my expenses into different categories so it's easier to keep track of them. And then I also write down my budget for each category, and next to that I write down what I actually spend. So at the end of the month I can see the difference. My weekly layouts change depending on my schedule or upcoming events. On some weeks I don't see it necessary to prepare a layout for that week because I either don't have a lot going on in that week or I know that I won't be using my journal very often. This way it's more efficient and I don't waste pages from my journal or waste time preparing the layout and then not using it. That's also a reason why I don't buy planners from the store as much anymore, because I notice I only really use my journal when I have a lot of stuff going on and have a busy schedule. So buying a planner and then leaving half of it empty is a bit of a waste, I think. So that's pretty much how I got into bullet journaling. I've been using this journal for almost 2 years now, which is pretty good because it's a rather thin notebook, so I didn't think that I would be using for such a long period of time. And once again, I left a little box where I can write down important things or my focus for that week or just stuff that I need to remember. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked it. And if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this.